The next open mic speaker is actually the founder of the Connecticut Patriot Alliance, Mr. Steinberg.
How y'all doing today? Do you feel like freedom-loving Americans? Do you feel like you're free in America right now? No. You would be right. Let me tell you, it's kind of become a police state, hasn't it?
Yes.
You know, I mean, and you guys are the ones in the crosshairs. Anybody who loves freedom and believes in God, anybody who wants to homeschool their kids, you're all, what's that? Yeah, well, there's an X on it. And I'll tell you, if you're looking to Republicans to save the day, not that there's not some good Republicans who are truly constitutionalists and conservatives, but as you can see from the last budget deal, it's kind of smoke and mirrors. It's kind of a joke. I know a lot of you are probably Republicans out there, but don't just be led the wrong way. Not that the Democrat Party is any better, but that false right-left paradigm is the thing that keeps us all kind of fighting against each other. Kind of like the whole racism thing that they do. You have to think beyond that. I'll tell you right now, the way things have been going, and the direction things are going, and the complete joke of the budget deal they just did, only tells me that both parties, aside from a very few in government, are really trying to sell this country down the river. They're trying to collapse it. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow. But I'll tell you, at this point, I mean, the collapse of the dollar is almost imminent. And anybody who doesn't think so, it's pretty simple math. At this point, you have to elect people based on their core values and based on the Constitution. If everybody looks at the Constitution, how much unconstitutional is going on right now? Does anybody for a minute think that the Patriot Act was constitutional? No! Does anybody for a minute think that the Federal Reserve is constitutional? No! Does anybody for a minute think that the United Nations is by any stretch of the imagination constitutional? Does anybody think it's constitutional for a standing president to hold an office with the United Nations and the World Court? No! Does anybody think that it makes any sense to go to war without a declaration of war? No! Not only that, it's not constitutional. We don't have constitutional or sound money. We don't have safe borders. You know what happened in Arizona? It's constitutional for that governor to protect their state if the federal government doesn't hold up its end of the constitutional bargain. One thing people don't realize is that the Constitution is a contract between the states and the federal government. And the federal government's not holding up their end of the bargain. So it's time for the states to hold up their end of the bargain. What that means is each individual state is a sovereign. Each individual state has rights to do as it pleases. The government should be ruled from the bottom up, not the top down. We're coming to a point where it's going to be a battle between states' rights. And a lot of states are going to, and already beginning to, fight against the federal government. They're fighting them in the courts. They're fighting them with legislation. And let me tell you something. That's where the fight's going to be. And let me tell you something else. With the people we have in the State House now in Connecticut, they're going to give us right away to the New World Order in a one-world money system. Who's going to go there? Are you? No! Well, let's wake up and let's wake up our friends and let's stop sitting in front of our TVs and being all mad. Everybody get active and everybody start telling people the way it is. Be proud of what you are and what you think, and mouth off, sound off, let them know. Thank you very much.